Sup? Hey, I haven't done one in a while, but I'm gonna do a sharpening video. And so you already know that from the title. But this, this is my wonderful little CJRB. Golly, I like these knives. Um, and for the life of me, you know how that goes? Like I can't spit out the name of it for some reason. Yeah, so I pause the video and then I pace around. I'm like, what is wrong? Dementia? And of course, then it pops right in my head. It's an Echo. Yeah, love this little Echo, man. And in case you don't know, I finally was able to pick up the premium version. Of course, I don't carry it around. I don't beat the crap out of it. But this one, I do. Yeah, so this one, the action on these, just the way they fit in the hand, I tuned the pocket clip super tight, deep carry, and it's got thumb deployment, spidey flick or reverse flick, and then a front flipper. And yeah, these things are smooth as glass. God, I like them. This one, I have gouged up the stainless scales, and then I bead blasted them. I did try to put a hand finish on it. I didn't like that. So then I bead blasted it, and I do like that. Um, I think I may put a heavier bead blast on it. But anyways, my favorite little knife. Well, this video is about this new Work Sharp field sharpener because it comes with two extra diamond blades. It comes with a coarse, and which is, I think it's like yeah, there it is. Nah, it doesn't come with the course. Um the course is already with the regular kit. I think the course is like a 240 grit, something like that. And so you get that in the original kit, and then you get this one, which is what do they call this one? Come on, man. Yeah, it doesn't say on here, but this is like a medium, okay? And then with the new kit, you get with the new kit you get a medium. Man, I'm a complete mess. You get a medium, but then you also get this extra fine, which is 800 grit. So in the new kit, you get the 400 and the 800. Okay, so in the old field sharpener, you got this 240, and I think this is 600. Yeah, that's what it is. 240 and 600. Well, that's all you got in the kit. It comes with the ceramic rod and then, of course, the leather strop. But the new kit almost doubles the price. I think the old kit is like 40 some dollars for this with the 240 and the 600. It's almost like it might be $49. Well, this new kit comes with all four of these and this cool carrying case, which to be honest, it is cool. I like it. It's where I keep this now. If you're just going to put it on a bench, who cares? But for me, I throw it in my truck box. I mean, this goes with me when I'm out and about because you never know when you got to sharpen up a blade or fix an edge because you misused your knife somehow. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, this edge here, let me get a piece of paper. Come on. And yeah, no, there's no great production value in my videos. If you thought all this was going to make sense and be smooth, you're wrong, because that's not how this works, man. Yeah, so really dull. It's tearing. Yeah, like I wore this thing out. So we're going to run it through this new progression of stones. I might as well put the first two progressions on here. They're held on with magnets, and really nice magnets, because that really sucks them in there. They're held in really nice. I've never had one come off. These guides on here, if you've never sharpened a knife, make this almost flawless. If you'll take your time and then think about sharpening like holding a golf club, if you've ever golfed. If you haven't, how about, I don't know, caressing a woman or caressing a man if you're a woman. I don't, how about stroking the hair, of a baby? Like, you want to have a soft grip. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Because if you bear down here and just really get rigid, it makes this hard. So, do you want to lock your wrist? Do you want to like maintain these angles? You do. But what I found is the harder you try to do that, and the harder you try to push into these stones, these diamond plates, the harder it is to get the accomplished edge. But it's got a 20 degree on this side, 20 degree on this side. And then I think these are a little deeper, like maybe 22 degrees here to put like a final little, rip the burr off on it. And then I'm not sure, I think this is 20 degrees on the leather strop. So, anyways, we're going to run through these. And so the absolute thing to do is to raise a burr. And so I'm going to take 5 strokes on here and see if I've raised a burr. 3, 4, 5. And so I've gone across this side 5 times, and I could tell that I've barely dented the edge of this blade. So I think what I'm encountering here is that this is way flatter than 20 degrees, because I'm looking here and of course, there's gunk and debris, and I can see that those 5 passes only hit the very edge of this knife, the very, very edge. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to give up on it. I'm going to reprofile this blade with this system, but I'm going to go ahead and put a marker on it so we can see better visually what I'm talking about how it's only getting the very tip of that bevel right now. And then I'm going to stick with it. I'm not going to give up. Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought I paused the video, but all right. So let's do 5 again. Don't get in a rush. Just take your time. Soft hands, maintain those angles. So now you can really see what I'm talking about. So it's out at the bottom, I don't know, fourth, the bottom fourth, which way less here than here, but about the bottom fourth of the blade. It's almost the whole bevel here, just about a fourth here and barely visible there. So yeah, let me work at it here. I'm going to take some real passes now. And I don't have to be perfect at this point. I'm really just trying to profile. So if you look out here at this tip, I've almost got the whole bevel created out here. But if you see here, there's a way less here than up here. So I'm going to focus on this bottom of this blade now. And so I'm going to get that angle, and I'm going to come off that edge and really try to get that in. And so I'm not really using a guide there. I'm muscle memory from where that angle was. So I definitely got more here, but there's still a lot to go. And 100% I'm going to have a burr on here now, because I'm grinding on the bottom. But I want to get that all that black off. Yep. Obviously not that black, but I want to get it on that bevel, because that bevel, I want to get rid of that original bevel. I'm reprofiling the blade. Now I'm kind of bearing down on it. I would just advise you, if you're new to it, don't get in a rush. Like, if you think you're going to do this in about 10 minutes, you might want to rethink that process. So I'm gaining on it. You can see that it's starting to even out. It's almost done here, but not not quite here. So yeah, keep going. Mm-hmm. Again, almost done here. I mean, it looks like we've got about the same amount now from here to here that still needs to be done. And because I'm steepening from, let's say, a 15 degree to a 20 degree, I'm gonna have to take some metal off to get that old flat bevel, because that lower angle is going to be wider. Now that 15 is probably perfectly good on this knife if I did it on my belt system, because that puts um, a convex edge on it, which is a little stronger. Where this type of sharpening, it's putting a flat angled edge on it. I mean, that's pretty close now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this and see what it looks like. Um, let's just get a little bit of. I don't want to use that towel. I'm going to use this towel because I don't have any expectations of it. You know what? I'm not going to use that towel either. I'm going to use a baby wipe. Yeah, because that way I can just throw it away and I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so I've got all the magic marker off. I say that, but it looks like there's a little bit still back here. Okay. So it's a little wider here, and I can see from where the new edge is to the old edge, because the old edge was polished. Clearly, I had done that on my belt sharpener. And so I'm just going to do a little more. I'm going to leave this out here. Um, Now, if this was a high end knife or a collectible type situation, I probably would throw that baby wipe away already, because it's going to have fine little metal particles and maybe even some pieces of this diamond plate, and it could scratch the face of this knife. I mean, looking pretty good. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's got a really nice burr, but now I got to come back the other way. So we're going to get lined up and we're going to take some strokes. Okay, let's wipe that down and get a look, see. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a lot more on this side, because again, I'm just hitting the very edge of this side. because of the angle that was sharpened on to begin with. So we're going to have to keep going. You can go both ways, especially when I'm reprofiling. I think when I wrap up, I just want to go one way. You know, I'll pull it through. But right now I'm trying to get that profiled. And I've got quite a ways to go because I'm still really just down on the very edge of that blade. So, yeah, to be continued. Hey, I'm going to pause and get that side because you've already seen what it took for me to get this side. So I'm going to get this side. You can see that there's a lot of work still to be done because all that tape and debris is still there on that edge, whereas this edge is nice and clean now. So I'll pause so the video's not 2 hours long. Okay, well, it's taken me a hot minute to finally get this to where I've got basically that whole bevel. And now, of course, there's a heck of a burr on that side. So I'm going to do a little wipe again. Yeah, so now it's looking pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, there's quite a bit of metal that's come off of there. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back to this side and I'm going to transfer that burr. I'm going to run, let's say, 3 passes. And I want to make sure now that that burr jumped back to the other side. It did. And so now I'm going to take 3 passes on this side. I mean, these rules right here, they're going to vary by user. And then I'm going to take 2 passes on this side. And 2 on this side. And then I'm going to do 1 light here. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Now, if this knife is sharp, or going to be sharp, it should be pretty close to sharp now. Now, it might have a burr on it, but I mean, I raised a burr and flip-flopped it, you know what, 4 or 5 times there now with a 240 grit. So let's see where our edge is. I mean, it's definitely got an edge there, but I'm going to say it's got a burr on it. So let's switch grits. And now we're at the 400 grit. And we're just going to go back and forth. Because once we raise that burr and we move it from side to side, now we're refining it. We're not profiling anymore. I am also, I guess, in essence, I'm polishing up that bevel because I'm going from 240 scratches down to 400 scratches now. And a couple of light passes. And let's check again. Yeah, so already a huge improvement, right? Just going to the 400. Well, let's peel these off. We'll do the 600 and the 800. Here's our 600. And then the new 800 grit. All right, well, let's get this 600. I mean, you can really hear the difference now in the steel going across that diamond plate. It's very quiet, very smooth, much more refined. And you know, if you buy the cheaper version, this is where you finish right here. You go from the 240 to the 600. Well, that 400 allowed me to refine that edge a little bit, polish it up, refine it before I jump down to this 600. Now we'll do some light passes. I've said this in sharpening videos before that, I think starting out as sharpening, I really was super conscious of trying to maintain these angles. And so it gave me, stiff motions and stiff wrists and all that. And the more I sharpened, the more I realized that, yeah, I want to maintain the angle, but it's not uber critical. Yeah, it's crazy sharp now, but it does feel to have a burr on it. I'm going to take a couple of little heavier passes here. So I'm kind of bearing down into the blade because I want to make sure that the 600 is ripping off that burr. Now a couple of just light ones. And let's check that steel again. Yeah. What do you think? It's crazy sharp already, right? But we've got another plate to go. Let's go 800. And this, of course, has got that CJRB proprietary steel, the AR RPM 9 steel. Now, could I stop already? Could I be done? Yeah, I mean, right now I'm just kind of refining that whole bevel, that whole edge, trying to get it down to the 800 grit scratches only. So a little time put in here makes for a more presentable edge. But I mean, as you saw, the knife is already crazy sharp. Okay. Yeah. Boy, is that a good looking edge. Ooh. Come on, man. All right. Well, but how sharp is it? Yeah, buddy. All right. So I am going to hit the ceramic just a couple of times. Because right now we're just making sure that we don't have any micro burrs. I'm not really trying to put a micro bevel per se. Super light passes. Really just trying to get any bevel off. Now I'm going to leather strop it. And I do like this leather strop. It works well. It comes embedded with, I think, a green rouge. I'm pretty sure it's long been worn out of this one. But needless to say, what do you think? So reprofiling that edge, I did cut out probably about 10 minutes. Now, if your knives are already at that 20, I mean, you could probably take 25 minutes out of that process, right? The whole process. And so now here's my little echo, and it's got a razor sharp 20-degree angle versus at 15. So, for all justifications, I could say that it's a more durable edge than what the other was. Here's a piece of regular paper. Yeah. Yeah. So short work, not expensive, and I I'm pretty sure this thing will just pluck hairs off my hand. Yeah, good grief. And I could probably take this to next level with a little better strop as well. Now I know not everybody digs the way I strop, which is fine. You don't gotta like what I do. I like what I do. Works for me. I'm gonna take one more and then I'm gonna run it on that wood just to be sure. All right. And then regular standard paper. Yeah. This piece is gone south. It's pretty shredded. All right. Well, there it is. And so the new Work Sharp field sharpener with the additional plates. Um, I am a huge fan of this thing. So simple, so easy, and honestly quick. I mean, I don't know that, taking a 240 grit diamond plate and reprofiling from 15 degrees to 20 degrees is a whole lot of fun. But if I had 20-degree edge on my knife and I needed to touch it up, or even if it was completely bashed out, I mean, this system is legit. I really like it a lot. So, in the end, is it worth the $72 or whatever they're asking for it? I think it is. Hey, if you got any questions, hit me up below and appreciate you watching.